This is Sarah Wilkinson from Humber College and the University of Guelph Humber. In this video, I'm going to review some chemistry concepts. They're going to include concentration, diffusion, and equilibrium. So to define what concentration is, we can think about it as how much of a particular molecule there is in a solution. Remember, a solution is a mixture of molecules in liquid. Here we have two containers. The one on the left has a lot more molecules in it. The one on the right has a lot less. We can say the one on the left has a higher concentration of that particular molecule. Normally, concentration is measured in moles or millimoles. Moles is spelled M-O-L-E-S and millimoles is M-I-L-L-I and then moles afterwards. So to recall, concentration is defined as how much of a particular molecule. So high concentration, lots of that molecule, low concentration, little bit of that molecule. So when we're talking about liquids, molecules dissolved in liquids, we're talking about concentration. When we're talking about gases, how much of a particular gas there is in a mixture, we're talking about pressure. So lots of a gas, so lots of oxygen, we'd have a high pressure of oxygen. A little bit of a gas, we'd have a low pressure of oxygen. And by analogy, same thing for solids. When we talk about how much of a particular molecule within a given space of a solid, we're talking about density. So in biological systems, we're going to be talking both about the concentration of molecules in a liquid. So for example, in your blood, what's the concentration of glucose? That would be important to know. In biological systems, we can also talk about the pressure of certain gases. So if we're talking about oxygen pressure in the air, we might talk about the pressure of oxygen. How much oxygen is there in the air? When we talk about diffusion, what we're talking about is how molecules move. So what diffusion is the tendency of particles or molecules to scatter evenly throughout the solution. So generally, particles or any molecule will move from an area of high concentration to an area of lower concentration. If you look at this diagram in the bottom of my screen, I've got a lot of molecules on the left-hand side and none on the right-hand side. So if you had to guess, which way are the molecules going to move? They're going to move from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, and that's exactly what happens. So here we go. Here go the molecules from an area of high to an area of low. Now, I can't show you that the molecules are going to continue moving, so this one will continue to move this way, this one will move this way. Particles or molecules are always moving, okay? But what happens is they generally always reach equilibrium. What equilibrium is when particles are evenly distributed throughout the solution. So we can say here that the left side is in equilibrium with the right-hand side. Okay? They have the same concentration of molecules. To start off, they had different concentrations. Particles diffused to reach equilibrium. We talked about what concentration was, and that is how much of a particular molecule there is in a solution. Diffusion is how molecules move in a solution from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration. And finally, we talked about equilibrium, and this is the equal distribution of molecules within a solution.